Chosen one, have you ever felt like unseen eyes are watching you even when you're all alone? Like the air shifts around you and your spirit senses a presence? If that's ever happened, this message is for you, because you are not ordinary. You are one of the chosen ones, and this message has reached you at the perfect divine moment. Those who are not chosen may leave now, because what you're about to hear is not for everyone. This revelation is meant only for those who walk in divine alignment, those whose spirit burns with light that draws both heaven and darkness to watch. Every chosen soul carries a frequency that the universe recognizes. The eyes upon you are not random. They are spiritual, purposeful, and prophetic. By the end of this message, you'll understand exactly who's been watching you and why. So stay until the end, because the truth you're about to receive will change your perspective forever. Before we begin, type 777 in the comments if your spirit confirms this message. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Divine Calling, tap the bell icon and share this revelation so it reaches other chosen ones ready to awaken. As for the earthly eyes, those who envy, admire, or misunderstand you, bless them. Let them see what God can do through a surrendered heart. Your response to their observation is your testimony. You don't have to explain your light, simply keep shining. You don't have to convince anyone of your purity. Time will reveal it. The more you walk in truth, the clearer your authenticity becomes. The chosen are not made to hide, they are made to illuminate. And for the heavenly watchers, those angelic witnesses and guardians assigned to your journey, know that they rejoice every time you overcome. They celebrate every step of progress, every victory of faith. You are not walking alone. When you pray, they move. When you worship, they fight on your behalf. When you sleep, they stand guard. You are surrounded by the presence of light, and nothing can penetrate the wall of divine protection around you. So take courage, chosen one. The eyes upon you may be many, but your power is greater than them all. Your energy is pure, your calling is sacred, and your mission is unstoppable. You are not here by coincidence, you are here by divine appointment. You carry the same light that spoke the universe into being. You carry the same authority that raised prophets and kings. You carry the same spirit that resurrected life from death. The watchers see you because heaven has highlighted you. You are heaven's signal on earth. Do not shrink from this awareness. Rise into it. Walk boldly, knowing that no gaze, no curse, no whisper can undo what God has sealed. The Creator himself watches over you, not from afar, but from within. His Spirit is your constant companion, His word your shield, His presence your armor. When darkness looks your way, it sees Him standing beside you. That is why you've survived everything meant to destroy you. You were never unguarded. You were never alone. Now the time has come for your light to move from hidden observation to public revelation. The season of being silently watched is shifting to the season of divine manifestation. Every watcher, heavenly, earthly, and dark, will soon witness the unveiling of your purpose. Your life will become a testimony that cannot be denied. Your endurance will become evidence that God never left your side. Chosen one, this message has reached you at the perfect time because you are stepping into a new phase of divine awareness. The eyes watching you are about to witness the fulfillment of prophecy through your existence. Your life will speak louder than any sermon. Your rise will glorify the one who chose you before you were even born. If your spirit feels this truth stirring within, type 999 in the comments. That number symbolizes divine completion and transition, the end of hidden warfare and the beginning of revealed glory. This is your confirmation that heaven is about to turn observation into celebration. And as you move forward, carry this assurance deep within. You are not watched to be weakened. You are watched to be witnessed. The gaze of heaven is upon you in love. The eyes of darkness are trembling before your power, and the world is waiting to see the light of God shine through you. Walk boldly, chosen one. The watchers will keep watching. But from this moment forward, let them see victory. Let them see strength. Let them see faith unshaken. Let them see what divine favor truly looks like. You are protected, you are anointed, you are unstoppable. And no eye, in heaven or on earth, can change what God has already written over your life. The divine assurance. Your power is greater than all watching eyes. Chosen one, after everything you've heard, take a deep breath and let this truth settle into your soul. You are not powerless. You are not exposed. You are not a victim of the eyes that watch you. You are divinely covered, divinely chosen, and divinely unstoppable. Every watcher, whether heavenly, earthly, or dark, must bow before the power that resides within you. The eyes upon you do not define you. They confirm who you are. You are chosen, and with that calling comes divine authority that surpasses every force observing you. You must understand that no eye can see beyond what God allows. The enemy's observation is limited, people's judgment is flawed, and even the angels watch only by permission. But God's gaze is eternal, full of love, full of purpose. He watches not to control you but to bless you. His observation is not surveillance, it's guardianship. You are not under pressure, you are under protection. The Lord has assigned watchers of light around you to ensure that no weapon, no curse, no evil eye can prevail against your destiny. You've been watched through pain, through betrayal, through silence, and through breakthrough. But in all of it, heaven has recorded your endurance. Every tear you shed, every prayer whispered in the night, every time you chose faith when fear would have been easier, all of it was seen. The eyes of God witnessed it all, and now heaven is preparing your reward. You are entering a season where what was observed privately will be honored publicly. The same eyes that saw your struggle will see your rise. Chosen one, you've been misunderstood by many because your journey is not for their understanding, it's for their awakening. They had to watch you endure so they could witness how faith looks in motion. They had to see your isolation so they could see your anointing unfold. You were not being punished, you were being presented. The eyes of others became the stage for God's glory to manifest through your story. You must remember, divine observation always leads to divine elevation. God never watches without purpose. His gaze refines, strengthens, and promotes. When His eyes are upon you, He is preparing to show the world what He has placed within you. That's why your trials were public. They had to be witnessed. Heaven and earth both needed to testify that your victory was no accident. It was divine orchestration. Every chosen one reaches a moment where awareness transforms into confidence. You begin to realize that you are not being watched for your downfall, but for your demonstration. You are the proof that light cannot be extinguished. You are the living evidence that no amount of darkness can stop divine destiny. Those who watched you waiting for your fall will now watch you rise with grace, and they won't understand how you did it. But you will know. It wasn't you. It was the one who watches over you. The eyes of darkness can no longer intimidate you because you now understand their limits. They can look, but they cannot touch. They can observe, but they cannot interfere. You are surrounded by divine fire. Every dark eye that dares to focus on you will witness its own defeat. Your light blinds the watchers of evil. Your faith disarms their schemes. Your peace confuses their plans. You are untouchable when you stand in divine alignment. When opposition comes, don't fight with carnal weapons. You don't need to prove yourself to critics, nor explain your light to the blind. Respond with stillness. Let time reveal what truth hides. Remember, even Jesus was watched by Pharisees, spies, and skeptics. Yet He never argued for validation. He simply fulfilled His mission. The chosen must do the same. Focus on purpose, not perception. Also, understand that being watched is a divine compliment. Heaven trusts you to be an example. God would not allow such attention if He did not equip you to handle it. You are a living lesson for others who are awakening. That's why your walk matters so much. Carry yourself with quiet excellence. Dress your spirit with humility. Move with intention. Every step you take should remind the world that God is real through you. When the eyes of darkness fix upon you, don't hide. Shine brighter. The more you express love, compassion, and truth, the more they lose their grip. Evil cannot thrive where peace reigns. speak blessings over those who envy or misunderstand you. That confuses the enemy more than anything. He expects retaliation, but love dismantles his plans. You win spiritual battles by radiating light, not by returning negativity. Chosen one, never forget to recharge your spirit. Being observed constantly can be draining if you don't stay connected to your source. Spend time in solitude with God daily. The world watches your actions, but heaven watches your heart. Pour out your weariness in prayer and let God refill your strength. The more time you spend with Him, the stronger your shield becomes. Your relationship with the divine is your protection. Without it, even small attacks feel heavy. Finally, live with joy. Let laughter be your secret weapon. The enemy hates joy because it's a sign of unbroken faith. When you smile despite pressure, when you worship despite opposition, you declare victory without words. The watchers see that and tremble. Your joy says, I know who I am, and I know who walks with me. So how should you act when you're being watched? Move like someone who knows they're chosen, not someone afraid of being noticed. Walk in peace, speak with purpose, protect your energy, and stay close to God. You are a living message to this world. Every action, every prayer, every moment of endurance reveals heaven's glory. When eyes are upon you, don't shrink. Rise. You are not the observed victim. You are the observed victor. The gaze of heaven empowers you. The gaze of darkness tests you, and the gaze of the world learns from you. Respond to all with wisdom, love, and stillness. If this truth resonates with your spirit, let it anchor in your heart. The next time you feel watched, smile and say quietly, let them watch. Because what they will see is the story of divine strength written through you. You are the proof that God's light still walks the earth in human form, and that no watching eye, whether in heaven, hell, or on earth, can dim what God Himself has chosen to shine. The chosen response. How you should act when you're being watched. Chosen one, now that you understand you are being observed by heaven, by darkness, and by people around you, it's time to know how to respond. Awareness means nothing without alignment. You cannot control who watches you, but you can control how you carry yourself while being watched. The eyes upon you are part of your divine classroom, and your response determines your elevation. The first rule for the chosen is spiritual composure. Never let the awareness of observation make you anxious. You are not a performer. You are a vessel. Heaven doesn't watch you for entertainment, but for alignment. Your role is to stay grounded in peace. When you walk, walk with purpose. When you speak, let your words carry light. When you're silent, let your silence radiate wisdom. The more you master your peace, the less control darkness has over your emotions. Peace is spiritual authority in motion. When you sense eyes upon you, don't react with fear or arrogance. Instead, center yourself in prayer. Whisper quietly within your spirit, Lord, I am seen by you, and that is enough. That statement alone breaks the power of fear. The enemy feeds on reaction. He watches to provoke you, to make you question your worth, or to lure you into pride. But when you remain calm, discerning, and spiritually anchored, his observation becomes useless. The watchers cannot influence a soul at peace. Secondly, guard your energy and words. Not every thought should be spoken, and not every dream should be shared. Many chosen ones leak divine strategy through careless speech. Learn to keep certain revelations between you and God until the right season. Silence is your shield. Even Jesus kept quiet before his accusers because he understood the power of timing. When you move in silence, the enemy grows blind. Darkness cannot follow what is hidden in obedience. Another key response is authentic living. Since you're being watched, live as an example of divine consistency. Let your actions match your faith. The world studies the chosen to either believe or doubt God through them. When you remain true in both storm and sunshine, your life becomes a testimony. The greatest sermon you'll ever preach is the way you handle pressure. When you fail, rise gracefully. When you succeed, stay humble. The watchers, both heavenly and earthly, Learn divine character through your reactions. Be mindful, chosen one, that you are a reflection of divine light. When darkness watches you, it's hoping to find hypocrisy or weakness to accuse you with. The enemy is called the accuser for a reason. But every time you respond with love instead of hate, forgiveness instead of bitterness, prayer instead of panic, you silence those accusations. You disarm the watchers of darkness with spiritual maturity. Your self-control is a weapon that confuses hell. To remain protected, you must also maintain your spiritual armor. Prayer is not just conversation, it's covering. Every day, clothe yourself in faith, truth, and praise. Speak life over yourself and your surroundings. Anoint your home, your mind, your path. Declare your protection aloud because your words carry divine frequency. Remember, light does not need to fight darkness, it simply shines, and darkness retreats. When you stand firm in your identity as God's chosen, every watching eye must bow to divine authority. Another important response is discernment in relationships. Some people are sent to uplift you, others to observe you. Don't confuse companionship with calling. Ask God to reveal motives hidden behind smiles. The wrong person can drain your light faster than darkness itself. You must learn the art of holy distance. Love people, but don't hand your peace to anyone who hasn't earned your trust. Protect your spiritual intimacy the way you protect your heartbeat. Without it, you lose life. And yet, don't isolate yourself completely. Some eyes watching you are meant to learn from you. You are a walking revelation for others. Share your wisdom when led by the Spirit. Encourage quietly, teach humbly, inspire by example. The chosen don't preach constantly, they embody truth naturally. Your presence alone can awaken faith in someone else. That's how you respond to being watched, with grace and quiet confidence. The friends you attract are often temporary. The chosen rarely have large circles because not everyone can handle spiritual weight. Some friends are seasonal, sent to teach you lessons about discernment, trust, or boundaries. Others come as divine helpers, souls who recognize your purpose and support it. These are the ones who pray for you without being asked, who celebrate your wins sincerely, who remind you to stay grounded when fame or attention increases. These are your earthly allies, guided by the same divine light. Authority figures, teachers, mentors, or leaders often notice something distinct about you even before you realize it yourself. They may push you harder, expect more, or give you responsibilities others don't receive. This is not favoritism, it's recognition of potential. God often uses earthly authority to refine divine vessels. When others complain that you're being tested more than them, it's because your assignment is greater. You are being prepared for leadership, not comfort. You may wonder why you often stand out even when you try to blend in. That's because light cannot hide in darkness. Even your silence speaks. Your walk, your gaze, your calm, it all carries divine imprint. Spiritually alert people recognize this and treat you differently. Some may honor you deeply, feeling peace in your presence. Others may test you, seeking to see if your light is genuine. Both are necessary. Honor keeps you humble. Opposition keeps you sharp. Understand this, chosen one. Earthly eyes are part of your training. The way people react to you teaches you discernment. Through admiration, you learn humility. Through envy, you learn boundaries. Through rejection, you learn independence. Through loyalty, you learn love. Every interaction reveals something about your purpose. The way people see you is often a reflection of their own spirit. The pure see your purity. The broken see their reflection. The awakened see a fellow warrior. There are moments when you will feel drained by constant attention, when everyone seems to want something from you, your time, your wisdom, your peace. Remember, your energy is sacred. It is not arrogance to protect it. It is stewardship. You cannot pour endlessly without refilling in prayer and solitude. Jesus himself withdrew often to recharge, even as crowds sought him. Learn from that. You are not obligated to be available to every watching eye. Some seek healing, others seek to consume. Let the Spirit guide your yes and your no. You'll notice that certain people observe your reactions during challenges. They're not just watching out of curiosity. They're studying your faith. When you face hardship with grace, you preach without words. When you forgive betrayal, you reveal divinity. When you stay calm under pressure, you demonstrate the fruit of the Spirit. Every earthly eye that watches you becomes a silent witness to God's power working through you. Your endurance evangelizes. Sometimes the attention feels lonely. You wonder if anyone truly sees you beyond your light. But God will always send a few who see your heart, not just your halo. Treasure them. They are your soul family. The ones who love you through silence, who encourage you when others misunderstand, who remind you that being watched is part of being chosen. Chosen one, never underestimate the impact your presence has on others. Your light is a sermon. Your peace is prophecy. Your very existence challenges systems and awakens sleeping souls. People watch you not only because they're curious, but because their spirits crave what you carry. You remind them of home, the divine source they've drifted from. If this truth resonates with your spirit, and you felt those earthly eyes observing your every move, sometimes in awe, sometimes in envy, type 555 in the comments. That number represents divine alignment, confirmation that you're being guided by purpose, not popularity. Remember this, being watched is not a curse, but a calling. You are a vessel of light in a world that's forgotten how to see. Some eyes will adore you, some will misunderstand you, and some will try to dim you. But none can ignore you. Your life is proof that divine energy still walks among men. So stand tall, shine brightly, and let every watching eye witness what heaven already knows. You are chosen, anointed, and unstoppable. Earthly eyes, people around you who are spiritually alert to your light. Chosen one, there is something about you that people can sense even before you speak. You walk into a room and energy shifts. Some people stare with wonder, some with confusion, and others with discomfort they can't explain. They don't see your crown, but they feel your light. They don't understand your calling, but something in them knows you're not ordinary. These are the earthly eyes, people who may never speak of it, but deep within, they sense your divine energy. You are a carrier of spiritual frequency. The light of God within you radiates through your presence, your tone, your silence, and your peace. Some people are drawn to it, as if your soul carries a healing vibration they can't resist. Others feel unsettled because your energy reveals their shadows. To the pure in heart, your spirit feels like warmth. To the impure, it feels like exposure. This is why your relationships are often complicated, not because you are difficult to love, but because your light forces others to face what they hide. Your family, your friends, even strangers often respond to this without understanding why. Some may feel protective of you without reason. Others may envy you without cause. When you were younger, you may have noticed how people projected expectations onto you, calling you different, responsible, or old-souled. They saw something divine, but they lacked language to explain it. Even those who rejected you sensed your uniqueness. Rejection was never about your flaws. It was a spiritual reaction to the light within you. Chosen one, your energy announces you long before your words do. Spiritually alert people, those who live with heightened awareness, recognize the signature of the divine in your aura. They may not know your story, but they feel your alignment. Some will gravitate toward you because your presence awakens dormant parts of their spirit. You may notice how people open up to you easily, share secrets, seek advice, or feel peace just sitting near you. That's not a coincidence. It's ministry without words. Your energy speaks louder than sermons, but not all earthly eyes are friendly. Just as light attracts moths and warmth draws both comfort and discomfort, your divine frequency provokes mixed reactions. Some individuals will watch you from a distance, analyzing, questioning, and even imitating. They can't articulate it, but they want what you have. They sense favor around you. They see how doors open for you without much effort, how peace follows you through chaos. To the unawakened, this appears unfair, but to the spiritually aware, it's divine alignment. Your co-workers may notice that you carry calm when everyone else is anxious. Your teachers, bosses, or leaders might treat you with quiet respect, unsure why your presence commands it. Even authority figures sense spiritual distinction, though they might label it as charisma or wisdom. They may seek your input in crisis, rely on your peace, or feel safe in your counsel. These are subtle acknowledgements from the human realm responding to divine energy. You don't need to prove who you are. Your spirit reveals it naturally. Then there are those who feel threatened by your presence. These are people whose spirits are out of alignment. Your light irritates the darkness in them. You've seen it. People who start kind but turn cold without explanation. Friends who suddenly distance themselves. Relatives who seem jealous for no reason. This happens because your growth reminds them of what they've avoided. Your rising disturbs their comfort. Your clarity exposes their confusion. Darkness always reacts when light walks in. Even strangers can sense it. Sometimes you meet someone's eyes and there's a spark of recognition, as though they know you from another realm. That's the spiritual family recognizing each other. The chosen ones often cross paths and feel instant connection. Other times you encounter strangers who stare or whisper but don't understand why they can't look away. Their spirit perceives your anointing, though their mind cannot interpret it. You are known by vibration, not introduction. Family dynamics are often the hardest. The chosen often grow up misunderstood by their closest kin. Parents may find your questions unsettling. Siblings may feel overshadowed. Relatives may gossip. But what they are reacting to isn't arrogance, it's calling. You were born into certain families to bring healing, to break patterns, to restore divine order. Their discomfort is part of the process. You are a mirror, reflecting truths they've long ignored. Over time, some will awaken and thank you. Others will continue resisting. But remember this: you were sent, not accepted. Your mission is not approval, it's transformation. So, chosen one, do not let fear rule you. Fear is the currency of darkness. Awareness is not anxiety. Knowledge is not worry. God reveals these truths to empower, not to scare. The fact that you are watched means you matter. Hell studies what heaven favors. If darkness observes you, it's because you carry light worth noticing. You are a threat to their agenda, a reminder of divine power in human form. There will be times you feel misunderstood, isolated, or even attacked without reason. That's because the enemy uses observation to sow confusion among those around you. But you must remain steady. You are the light that exposes falsehood. When people misjudge you, forgive them. They are reacting to energies they cannot name. Your clarity will silence confusion. In the end, all dark surveillance fails. The eyes that watch in envy will witness your victory. The shadows that linger will fade in the brightness of your purpose. Darkness cannot follow light that keeps moving forward. Keep shining, keep praying, keep walking. The observation of darkness will transform into the testimony of your deliverance. If you've ever felt that strange heaviness around certain people or sensed eyes of jealousy upon your life, let this message confirm your discernment. Type 444 in the comments as your declaration that you are not afraid. Say it aloud if you can. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and no dark eye shall prevail over my light. Remember this always. You are watched by heaven with love and by darkness with fear. One gaze empowers you, the other tries to imitate what it cannot understand. But through it all, you remain covered, guided, and victorious. Sometimes demonic surveillance comes through generational patterns, ancestral spirits that have monitored family lines for centuries, tracking who rises and who falls. They are the ancient eyes of bondage, trying to ensure that no one breaks free from cycles of poverty, fear, or failure. But you, chosen one, are the interruption to that pattern. You were sent as the breaker, the reformer, the one who brings light into the family line. That's why the resistance around you feels heavier than others. It's not personal, it's spiritual. You might notice moments where your dreams feel invaded, faces you've never seen watching you, dark shadows at the edges of sleep, or unsettling visions. These are often indicators that the enemy is monitoring your progress in the spirit. But do not fear. When you awaken in awareness, the power of darkness loses its grip. Prayer and spiritual authority dismantle their access. When you speak the word, they retreat, for light exposes and blinds them. There are also people who serve as physical extensions of dark observation. They gossip, They pry, they mimic, they pretend interest, but their intent is data. The enemy uses them to study your reactions, your vulnerabilities, your faith. This is why secrecy and discernment are vital. Not every dream should be shared, not every blessing should be announced. The watchers of darkness listen for your words to twist them into weapons. Keep your plans in the presence of God until they manifest in strength. Remember, observation is not power. The fact that darkness watches you does not mean it can control you. The enemy can only influence where faith is absent. That's why he watches, to find a gap. When your confidence wavers, when you doubt your calling, when you feed fear instead of faith, he sees the opening. But when you remain grounded in prayer and truth, the eyes of darkness become powerless spectators. The eyes of darkness are persistent, but they are not omnipotent. They can see your actions, but they cannot access your destiny. They can observe your growth, but they cannot stop what God has decreed. Even their watching serves divine purpose. It teaches you awareness, wisdom, and spiritual maturity. The attacks that come from being watched by darkness are training for your discernment. Every encounter with shadow teaches you to recognize false light. Understand that the spiritual world operates by laws. Even darkness must operate under God's permission. Nothing watches you outside of divine allowance. If God permits demonic eyes to observe, it is because there is a lesson, a revelation, or a preparation happening. Sometimes God allows the enemy to study you so that when he delivers you, it becomes a public display of his power. The same eyes that watched your struggle will witness your victory. The enemy watches you hoping to find fear, but finds faith instead. He studies your suffering, expecting you to quit, but you keep worshiping. He observes your isolation, expecting you to break, but you rise stronger. That's why you're dangerous. Your endurance confuses darkness. Every time you choose prayer over panic, forgiveness over revenge, purpose over pain, the enemy loses grip. Chosen one, you've probably noticed moments when you felt drained after certain conversations, dizzy around certain people, or uneasy in certain places. That's because spiritual eyes carry energy. When demonic watchers observe you through others, they attempt to pull at your aura, to extract light through confusion or argument. That's why peace is your armor. Your stillness frustrates them. They cannot steal what you don't feed. When you begin to ascend spiritually, the surveillance increases. The higher you rise, the clearer your light becomes. But with greater exposure comes greater discernment. Learn to feel when the atmosphere shifts. Pray in the Spirit often. Anoint your home. Guard your thoughts. Darkness can only observe. It cannot invade where divine authority is active. When you invoke the name of God, every dark eye turns blind. The eyes of darkness. The enemy's counter-surveillance. Chosen one, just as heaven has its watchers, so does the kingdom of darkness. The moment light is born, shadows awaken. When God marks you, the enemy notices the mark too. The same divine light that draws angels also attracts oppositional eyes. Darkness studies light, not because it can overpower it, but because it fears what it cannot control. The truth is, you have been watched not only by heaven, but by forces that desire to understand, imitate, or interfere with your purpose. You carry a divine frequency that vibrates through spiritual realms. The enemy senses it long before you speak, pray, or act. Demonic surveillance is real. It's the counter-strategy of darkness. The enemy cannot read your thoughts the way God can, but he studies patterns. He watches your habits, your emotions, your weaknesses, your reactions. When you are close to a breakthrough, he increases the observation, sending distractions and counterfeit opportunities. The more anointed you are, the more closely you are watched by the adversary. Understand this clearly. The eyes of darkness are not always physical. They are energetic, spiritual, and subtle. They manifest through people, through temptations, through unexpected conflicts. You may notice certain individuals suddenly appearing when you are about to step into something new. People who drain your peace, question your faith, or mock your growth. Many of them are unaware tools of darker observation. Darkness often operates through willing vessels, through those whose hearts are open to jealousy, bitterness, or manipulation. That's why, chosen one, your light agitates certain spirits. You've felt it. How rooms grow tense when you walk in. How conversations shift. How some people can't stand your presence even when you've said nothing wrong. This isn't coincidence. The energy of the divine within you exposes the darkness within others. They watch you not because they care, but because something in you reminds them of everything they're not. That spiritual tension is evidence that your aura carries authority. But beyond people, there are entities, spiritual watchers assigned by darkness to observe your progress. They cannot harm you unless you give them permission through fear or sin. Their purpose is to gather information, to identify moments of weakness, and to create distractions. That sudden wave of anxiety before you pray, that random argument before a big opportunity, that feeling of heaviness when you start fasting, these are not random. They are spiritual surveillance tactics designed to interrupt your flow. The eyes of darkness feed on your attention. The more you fear them, the stronger their illusion becomes. They whisper doubt, amplify exhaustion, and magnify insecurity. But understand this: the enemy only imitates. His surveillance is counterfeit. While heaven watches to guide, hell watches to deceive. The demonic realm is always trying to predict your next move, hoping to derail your faith before you reach your promise. The devil studied Job before he attacked him. He watched Jesus through others, searching for weakness in his humanity. Even Judas became an instrument of dark observation, pretending loyalty while carrying betrayal. The same pattern repeats for every chosen soul. Darkness studies your circle, your relationships, your dreams, waiting for an open door. This is why discernment is your greatest shield. Not everyone who watches you deserves your trust. Another purpose of divine observation is direction. When God's eyes are upon you, He sees not only where you are, but where you need to go. Sometimes you are led by divine interruptions, unexpected detours, sudden opportunities, or even closed doors. These moments are God's way of guiding you according to what His eyes see ahead. You might cry over a lost path, but His vision saw the danger before you did. His sight protects your future while your heart catches up. The watchers assigned to your life help align your steps with divine timing, whispering warnings to your spirit when danger approaches. Understand this, chosen one. The eyes of God do not only observe, they illuminate. His gaze reveals truth, exposing what you cannot see. That's why, after deep prayer or divine encounters, you begin to see people differently. Some faces no longer carry the same energy. Some doors lose their appeal. That's divine sight being shared with you. God's observation sharpens your discernment. The more His eyes are upon you, the more your eyes begin to see like His. You start perceiving deception, sensing motives, and walking in higher clarity. There is also a prophetic reason behind His observation. God watches His chosen so that their lives become a reflection of His word. The chosen are living messages. Your story, your trials, your rise, all serve as visible evidence of His power. Through you, others learn faith. Through your endurance, others gain hope. Heaven observes your journey because it will one day become someone else's revelation. The watchers record your growth to use your story as proof that God is still active in human lives. Even creation itself observes you. Scripture says, "The whole creation waits in eager expectation for the manifestation of the sons and daughters of God." Nature feels your presence. The earth knows when a chosen one is walking in alignment. The air shifts, the atmosphere changes, and spiritual currents move. You are being observed because your existence carries purpose beyond yourself. Every step of obedience affects realms beyond human understanding. God's observation is not a trap, it's a testimony. You are being proven trustworthy. He watches to confirm your readiness for the blessings He has prepared. Before elevation comes observation. Before revelation comes testing. Before divine exposure comes divine surveillance. The eyes of the Lord search throughout the earth to find those whose hearts are fully committed to Him. When His eyes find you faithful, He promotes you. When His eyes see your purity, He blesses you. When His eyes see your consistency, He entrusts you with greater authority. Chosen one, the divine watchers are not distant observers. They are participants in your destiny. They carry messages, open doors, and fight battles on your behalf. When you feel surrounded by chaos, remember that you are surrounded by witnesses of light. They record your endurance so that heaven can declare you ready for the next level. Every time you overcome, the eyes of God see it, and divine favor begins to align. You are not a random soul being watched by chance. You are part of a divine strategy. Your life is a puzzle piece in the grand design of heaven. Every watcher has a purpose. Some protect, some teach, some report, some correct, and all move according to the gaze of the Almighty. You are under divine observation because your destiny holds weight in eternity. God's eyes are upon you because your actions ripple through generations. So the next time you sense that invisible gaze, smile and whisper, "Father, I see you too." Let your awareness turn to gratitude. You are seen, guided, and protected by the same eyes that formed galaxies and breathed stars into being. Those eyes see your heart, your dreams, and your future. They are not watching to harm, they are watching to bless. You are not watched out of suspicion, but out of divine affection. You are God's masterpiece under His constant supervision. Every watcher from heaven's side operates under one command: to ensure that you fulfill your divine assignment completely. Nothing you face escapes His attention, and nothing can separate you from His gaze of love. The eyes of the divine watch you not to restrain you, but to remind you you are chosen, favored, and forever seen. The eyes of the divine. God's purpose behind this observation. Chosen one, when you realize that you are being watched by heaven, you must also understand that there is a divine purpose behind it. God does not allow anything without meaning. Every eye that watches from above, every spiritual being assigned to your life, every moment of divine observation has intention, order, and love woven into it. You are not being watched to be controlled. You are being watched to be guided, refined, and prepared for destiny. God's eyes are upon you not because of your perfection, but because of your purpose. From the beginning of time, God has always watched over His chosen vessels. He observed Joseph in the pit, David in the field, Daniel in the lion's den. His gaze was not distant. It was intimate, active, and protective. The same eyes that saw them see you now. The same divine attention that followed them through trials follows you through yours. When God watches, He doesn't just see your actions. He sees your heart, your motives, your pain, and your endurance. His observation is love in motion. It is heaven's way of saying, "I'm not letting you go unnoticed." God's observation is also protection. You may not realize how many times His watchful eyes have saved you from unseen traps. The car that almost hit you but missed by inches, the opportunity that failed but later proved to be poison, the friend who betrayed you before they could destroy you. These were not coincidences. Those were divine interventions. When God watches you, He commands His angels to move on your behalf. His vision activates their mission. Every watcher in His kingdom moves according to His sight. You might sometimes feel that being constantly observed by heaven is heavy, almost like living under pressure. But that pressure is proof of His investment in you. God disciplines and watches closely those He loves because He intends to elevate them. When you are chosen, your journey cannot go unnoticed. He studies your growth, your reactions, and your decisions. Every act of faith is recorded in heaven's book, not to judge you, but to prepare your spiritual reward. The observation of God is an act of divine training. He sees how you handle the unseen tests, how you remain faithful when no one applauds you, how you still pray when you feel unheard. God watches because He is teaching you endurance. He observes your patience, your integrity, and your resilience. Sometimes He allows delays, not to deny you, but to develop you. Every silent season where you feel forgotten is actually heaven's watchtower moment. God is studying how your spirit holds under pressure. The chosen ones are refined by observation. They are tested through time and trials because their destiny requires depth. A shallow soul cannot carry divine weight. That's why His eyes remain fixed on you until your spirit is mature enough to handle what He has prepared. You are also watched for divine affirmation. God delights in you. Just as a father proudly watches his child take their first steps, your Creator watches your progress with joy. He notices the small victories, the quiet obedience, the moments you resist the urge to quit. Heaven celebrates when you overcome temptation, when you forgive instead of retaliate, when you love instead of hate, when you pray instead of complain. Those moments are not wasted. They echo through heaven as evidence of your transformation. When you go through pain, remember this: God's watchful eyes never leave you. He does not look away in your darkest hours. Even when you feel abandoned, His gaze is steady. The chosen ones often feel invisible to people because they are visible to heaven. God hides you from men so He can develop you in peace. His watch replaces their applause. His silence is not absence, it's attention. He watches in quietness to let your faith grow in solitude. In the divine realm, observation is also documentation. Angels record your actions, your prayers, your endurance. These records become spiritual testimonies that open doors in your destiny. Every act of obedience becomes a seed for future favor. God's watchers gather those records, ensuring that no act of faith goes unseen. When blessings arrive unexpectedly, they are often the result of those recorded moments where you chose righteousness over convenience. Heaven rewards what heaven witnesses. You may have noticed moments when you're about to make a wrong move and something invisible stops you. An inner voice, a sudden delay, a redirection. That's not luck, that's intervention. Your watchers have stepped in, ensuring the divine plan stays intact. They are like silent guardians, ensuring that you reach the destination written in your destiny scroll. They operate by divine command, not emotion, and their focus is your preservation, your preparation, your ascension. At times, the observation feels heavy. The pressure to stay righteous, to live purely, to carry wisdom can be overwhelming. But that pressure is proof of your anointing. God's chosen are not watched because they are weak, but because they carry influence that echoes through generations. You are a ripple that touches eternity, and eternity watches back. The unseen realm studies how you handle trials, how you respond to betrayal, how you react when misunderstood. Even your silence is being measured. You are never alone, and this is both comforting and sobering. When you cry in your room, heaven hears. When you pray in secret, angels gather. When you resist temptation, a vibration of victory travels through realms. The watchers of light rejoice, for each victory strengthens the spiritual fabric of creation. Your obedience reinforces divine order. This is why your awareness matters, because what you do in private has spiritual consequences in the invisible world. Some of you have been sensing eyes in dreams, faces watching, shadows moving, lights flickering. Do not be alarmed. Your spiritual sensitivity is heightening. You are seeing the veil thin between realms. You are awakening to the reality that this life is more than a sequence of days. It's a battlefield of light and shadow, constantly observing, recording, and reacting. God is not distant. His presence, His messengers, His watchers, they are actively engaged in your daily walk. The chosen are observed not just for protection, but also for preparation. The watchers are witnesses of your readiness. They observe how you handle waiting seasons, rejection, and silence. They note how you manage blessings. Do you remain humble or grow prideful? Everything matters because you are being groomed for leadership in the kingdom of light. God uses these watchers to shape your discipline and refine your faith, ensuring that when He elevates you, your foundation is strong. When you're walking through storms and no one seems to notice your struggle, remember, you are not unseen. There are divine eyes upon you, watching, not with judgment, but with purpose. You are in training, and the watchers are observing your progress. Every challenge is a classroom, and heaven is the witness to your test. You are being prepared for greater impact. So the next time you sense those invisible eyes, breathe deeply and say, I see you. Acknowledge the unseen with peace, not fear. You are surrounded by divine surveillance designed for your good. You are protected by light, guarded by unseen warriors, and observed by spiritual witnesses who marvel at what God is doing through you. Remember, the eyes upon you are not meant to frighten but to affirm. They confirm your calling, they testify of your importance, and they echo heaven's message. You are not forgotten, you are not hidden, and you are never alone. If you feel this truth resonating deep within your spirit, if you've ever sensed that invisible observation guiding or guarding your steps, type 333 in the comments. This is your confirmation that the unseen realm acknowledges you. The watchers see your light, and heaven rejoices that you are awakening to the truth of who you are, one of the chosen ones, walking under divine observation, fully known, fully seen, and eternally protected. You are being observed, the unseen watchers around you. Chosen one, there is a spiritual reality that surrounds you every moment of your life, whether you are awake or asleep, seen or unseen. You live in a world that looks physical, but in truth, it is layered with dimensions. Vibrations and frequencies where eyes you cannot see are constantly upon you. This is not a cause for fear, but a revelation of awareness. You are being observed because you carry something rare, something luminous. There is an energy within you that does not belong to this world, and it catches attention from both realms, the realm of light and the realm of darkness. From the very moment you were set apart, heaven marked you. Angels were assigned to your path, divine watchers who walk unseen beside you. These heavenly beings are not bound by human form. They move through energy, through sound, through divine instruction. They are witnesses to your journey, guardians of your soul's contract. Every tear, every triumph, every secret prayer, they see it. When you feel a warmth in the air for no reason, when peace settles upon you during chaos, it is often because those unseen watchers are near, aligning your spirit and shielding your path. But the watchers are not limited to the angelic. There are spiritual beings whose sole purpose is to observe and report the movements of those who carry divine assignments. The chosen ones are not hidden. They are known in the spiritual realm. Their light, their aura, their frequency, it glows like a beacon across dimensions. Heaven sees it, but so does the enemy. Your presence, your energy, your calling, it vibrates beyond flesh, announcing your identity to every watcher around. That's why you may notice strange encounters, moments where strangers stare too long, or people seem drawn to you without understanding why. Their spirits recognize what their minds cannot comprehend. You may have wondered why your life feels exposed sometimes, why you sense observation even when you're isolated. It's because your journey is part of a divine script being witnessed by unseen audiences. The chosen ones are examples, living parables, each movement significant to the spiritual flow of destiny. When you walk in obedience, heaven celebrates. When you stumble, they watch with compassion, not judgment, because they know your story carries weight far beyond your understanding. There are moments when you feel a sudden chill, or your intuition whispers, "You're not alone." That's not your imagination, it's discernment. The spirit within you is tuned to higher awareness. As your connection with God strengthens, your perception sharpens, allowing you to sense movements in the unseen. Those who live in spiritual blindness dismiss these feelings as coincidence, but the chosen know better. They understand that the unseen is more real than the visible. The watchers are constantly present, learning, guarding, testing, and observing how the light within you responds to darkness around. Chosen one, understand this. Being watched means being chosen for purpose. God allows these eyes to observe you so that your story becomes a testimony to His glory. Every challenge you face, every temptation resisted, every act of kindness, it's not unnoticed. You are living a divine demonstration, and heaven records every detail. Angels carry reports of your faith, your endurance, your progress. They minister strength when you are weary, and they whisper courage when your hope fades. They are the unseen audience to your transformation.